Good morning students, welcome to Narayan PU College online classes. In yesterday's class we have discussed about number system and classification of number system. In that we have studied about non-positional number system and positional number system. The non-positional number system is it doesn't have any positional value and it is not used for any calculations. And next we studied about positional values. In positional values each and every digit will have its own positional value, and positional number system is categorized into 4 different types. First one is decimal number system, second is binary number system, third we studied about octal number system, and last we studied about hexadecimal number system. So in decimal number system it has total 10 digits. The range of digits is from 0 to 9 and its base will be 10. Why the base is 10 means in decimal number system we use total 10 digits, hence the base of the decimal number system will be 10. In this decimal number system the weights are expressed as the powers of 10, that is 10 power 0, 10 power 1, 10 power 2 and so on. When we are representing these weights, if the decimal point is present here and the digit which comes before the decimal point represents the positive powers of 10 and the digit which comes after the decimal point represents the negative powers of 10. So this is about your decimal number system. Next we studied about binary number system. In binary number system we use only 2 digits, that is 0 and 1. Hence the base of this number system will be 2. Why the base of the binary number system is 2 means we are using only 2 digits in binary numbers, so hence the base of the binary number system is 2. Here also will represent the weights of the binary bits as a powers of 2. Here also we have positive powers and negative powers. Positive powers will be represented for the digits which are before the point, and after the point if any digit is present the powers will be negative. So this is about your binary number system. Next we studied about octal number system. In octal number system we use total 8 digits, that is from 0 to 7, and the base of the octal number system will be 8. Why the base of the octal number system is 8? Because we use total 8 digits in octal number system and the powers will be expressed, the weights will be expressed as the powers of 8, and even this also has a positive powers and negative powers according to the decimal point. Next we studied about hexadecimal number system. In hexadecimal number system we use total 16 digits, that is from 0 to 9. First 10 digits will be the 0 to 9. Next we have alphabets from A to F. Other 6 digits will be A to F. A represents the value of 10, B represents the value of 11, C represents 12, D represents 13, E represents 14 and F represents 15. Hence the base of this hexadecimal number system will be 16. Why? Because we are using total 16 digits in hexadecimal number system, hence the base will be 16. Here also the weights are expressed as the powers of 16. Here also we have a positive powers and negative powers according to the given point. Next we will see about number conversions. Number conversion means we have to convert one number system to another number system. In that we study about converting decimal to any other number system. Decimal to any other number system includes 3 different conversions, that is from decimal number system we need to convert to binary number system, then we need to convert from decimal to octal and decimal to hexadecimal. In all 3 conversions we need to perform the division operations according to the destination base. Destination base means to which number system we are converting. For example, if I need to convert the decimal number to the binary number system, so destination base will be 2. Hence we need to divide the given number by base 2. And when we are converting from decimal number system to octal number system, we need to divide the given decimal number by 8 and when we are converting from decimal to hexadecimal, we need to divide the given number by base 16. See here, whenever we are converting from one decimal number system to any other number system, we need to consider the new base value, that is destination value. Destination value is nothing but to which number system we are converting. From that number system only we need to divide the given decimal numbers. Now we'll see each and every conversion in detail. First we'll see about decimal to binary conversion. Now we'll see about decimal to binary conversion. So when we are converting from decimal to binary, we need to follow these steps. The first step is divide the given decimal number by 2. I told we need to divide any decimal number by its destination value. Destination value here is binary. Why? Because we are converting from decimal to binary. Hence we need to divide the given decimal number by 2. The next step is note the quotient and remainder. Quotient is nothing but the value which we get after dividing by 2. Remainder is what is the left out value. In the next step, we need to repeat the step 1 and step 2 until the quotient becomes 0, or stop the process where the number cannot be further divided by 2. Next step 4 is the first remainder will be your LSB. LSB is nothing but least significant bit. The value which has the least weightage, we call it as least significant bit. And the last remainder is the MSB. MSB stands for most significant bit. The value which has the highest weightage, we call it as MSB. And in a step 5, you write down the binary number from top to bottom. So these are the steps you need to follow while you are converting from decimal to binary conversion. Now we'll see one example so that it will be clear for you. Now consider this as an example. See, this is an example for this is an example for decimal number system. See whether, why? Because this is an example for decimal number system is we have 2 and 3 is in the range of decimal values. In decimal number system we use the digits from 0 to 9. So 2 and 3 falls under this range. Hence this is an example for decimal number system. So we cannot tell this belongs to only for decimal number system. Even this is an example for octa number system as well as for hexadecimal number system. So hence we need to write down the base value. If we write the base value, it shows to which number system it belongs. Now we need to convert this decimal number system to binary value. We need to find out the binary equivalent value for the given decimal value, that is 23. So what is the first step while converting from decimal to conversion is divide the given decimal number by 2. So consider this is a decimal number. 23 is an example problem and this is your decimal number. You need to convert this to binary values. Now divide this 23 by 2. So what is 2 ones 2, and next we need to divide 3. 2 ones 2. What is left out here? Remainder is 1. Why? Because if I divide 3 by 2, you will get remainder as 1. Again you start, repeat. So you got quotient. This is called quotient and this is the remainder. The step 3 is repeat step 1 and step 2 until the quotient becomes 0, or stop the process where the number cannot be divided, again further divided by 2. So 11 can be divided by 2, hence you take 2 5s are 10. So what is remaining, what is left out is 1. Next again see 5 can be divided by 2, hence divide the 5, 2 2s are 4, what is left out? Left out value is 1. Again see 2 can also be divided by 2, so divide again, 2 ones 2, what is left out? Nothing is left out, so it is remainder is 0. Now see, this is your final value, so 1 cannot be further divided by 2. So you can stop here and write down the remainder will be the so this will be your LSB, least significant bit, and the last remainder, what this is the last remainder, so you got it as MSB. This is the MSB. Now write the binary number from bottom to top. So you need to write down the binary values in this way. So now I write, first you need to write this value 0, 1, 1, 1. So you need to specify the base value as 2. So this is your final binary equivalent value for the given decimal number 23. So this is the process we need to follow while we converting from decimal number system to binary number system. So this is an example. I am dividing 23 by 2. We are finding quotient and remainder. So once where we need to stop the process, we need to stop the process where the number cannot be divided by 2 and note down the binary values from bottom to top. This is your final value for the given decimal value. So now we will see one more example for decimal to binary conversion. This is an example 137. 137 is an decimal number system. Why means it is 137 is in the range 0 to 9. I have mentioned the base as 10. This is a decimal number system. So we need to convert this to binary system. So what is the first step? Divide the given decimal number by 2. So now 137. So you need to divide it by 2. 2 6 are 12. What is left out here is 1. So it will become 17. So 2 8 are 16. The remainder is 1. Again you need to divide this 68 by 2. 2 3s are 6 and 2 4s are 8. The left out value is 0. Again you divide it by 2. 2 1s are 2. What is remainder here? So you will get 1. So it will become 14. 2 7s are 14. The left out value is 0. Again divide this 17 by 2. 2 8s are 16. The remainder is 1. So again divide it. 2 4s are 8 and remainder is 0. Again 4 can be divided by 2. 2 2s are 4. The remainder is 0. 2 also can be divided by 2. So 2 1s are 2. The left out value remainder is 0. Now 1 cannot be divided by 2. Hence I will stop this process here and this is your LSB and this is MSB. Now write down the binary number from bottom to top. That is, I write here 1 0 0 0 1 0 1. So this is your binary equivalent value for the given number, decimal number 137. So here this we call it as MSB and this one we call it as LSB. Why this is MSB means it has the most weightage and this has the least weightage. So this is MSB and this is LSB. So whatever the problem it may be, you need to divide the decimal number by its new base value or destination value. You need to stop the process where the number further cannot be divided by 2 and write down the value from bottom to top and mention the base value. Base value is compulsory, you need to write. Now we will see one more example for this. So now we will see another example, that is 256. This is an this is a decimal value. We need to convert this decimal value to binary value. What is the first step? You need to divide this decimal number by 2. So now I divide 2 1s are 2. Next 2 2s are 4. What is left out? 1. So it will become 16. 2 7s are 16. The left out value is 0. So 16 to 8s are 16. The left out value is 0. Hence the remainder is 0. Now again I will divide this 128 by 2. 2 6s are 12. 2 4s are 8. The left out value is 0. Again I will divide this 64 by 2. 2 3s are 6 and 2 2s are 4. The left out value is 0. Again I divide this by 2. 2 1s are 2, 2 6s are 12. Remainder is 0. 2 8s are 16. The remainder is 0. 2 4s are 8. The remainder is 0. 2 2s are 4. So the remainder is 0. 2 1s are 2 and the remainder is 2. Now we got the remainder and now write down the values from bottom to top. Now I will write 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 and I will mention the base as 2. Now this is the binary equivalent value for the given decimal number, that is 256. Next we will see one more conversion. So now we will see one more conversion, that is from decimal to binary only. And when we have a fractional value in decimal number system, how we need to perform the operations means we need to multiply this decimal fraction by 2. When we have only integer part, we are dividing the decimal number by 2 and we have a fractional value, we need to multiply this fractional value by 2 and note the carry and product. Carry is nothing but your integer part and product is nothing but your fractional part, and note down this integer part and the fractional part. In the next step, repeat step 1 until the fractional part becomes 0. Till we get the fractional value as 0, we need to perform the same operation, that is multiplication operation. In the step 3, the first carry will be the MSB. Whatever the value we will get in the first, that is the MSB, and the last carry will be LSB. And here the values will be written from top to bottom. When we have only integer part, the values will be written from bottom to top. When we are doing the decimal fraction to binary conversion, we need to write down the value from top to bottom. Now we will see one example for this conversion. So this is an example problem for decimal fraction to binary conversion. So this is the fractional part. Now we will convert this decimal fraction to binary value. In the first step, we need to multiply this fraction part by 2. Now I will multiply 0.3125 by 2. So when we multiply this, we will get the value as 0.6250. So this is the value we will get when we multiply these values. Now note down this integer part and now you take only the fractional part. Again you multiply this by 2. We need to consider only the fractional value. We no need to take this integer part. Now multiply this by 2. So when you multiply this by 2, you will get it as 1.2500. Now note down the integer part. So this you omit and take only the fractional value, that is 0.2500 into 2. Now you multiply these two, you will get 0.500. Now note down this. This we call it as integer part or carry, and take down the fractional value and multiply it by 2. You will get 1.000. Now take down this value. Now we got the fractional part as 0. We need to stop the multiplication here itself and we need to consider only the integer part, that is from top to bottom. So that is your, this is the step 3. We stopped here and in the last we need to consider from top to bottom, that is 0, 1, 0, 1. So this is your MSB. So this is your LSB and you need to mention the base as 2. So this is the binary equivalent value for the given decimal fraction 0.3125. So next we will see one more example for the same conversion. Now we'll see simple example for this decimal fraction to binary conversion. Now in the first step we'll multiply this decimal fraction by 2, that is 0.25 into 2, we get it as 2 5s are 10, so carry is 1 and 2 2s are 4 plus 1 is 5 and 2 into 0 is 0.2 into 0 is 0. So now we got the product and product as 0.50. Now you note down the integer part and so I repeat the same problem with the first step. Now I'll multiply 0.25 by 2. So you'll get 2 5s are 10. You'll get carry as 1. 2 2s are 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. Now we are not getting any carry, so it will be 0.50. Now note down this integer part. Again take this value and multiply it by 2. So now we'll multiply this 2. 2 into 0 is 0. 2 5s are 10. So now you got carry as 1. So now we got carry as 1. Now this becomes 1.00 and the fractional part has become 0. Now we should stop this process and we don't need to consider, we need to mention the digits from top to bottom, that is 0, 1 and mention the base as 2. So hence this will be your MSB and this will be your LSB. So this is 0, 1 is the binary equivalent value for the given decimal fraction 0.25. Next we will see another conversion, another example for the same conversion. So now we will see one more example which has both integer and fractional part. When you have both integer part and fractional part, you need to consider that you need to separate integer part and fractional part. First you need to perform for integer part, that is you need to divide the decimal number by 2 and you need to separately you need to perform the multiplication for fractional part. Now I will take integer part. That is 23. So for this 23 we need to perform the division operations. As I told before, when you have only integer part, when converting from decimal to binary, you need to divide this decimal number by 2. You need to stop this process until the remainder will be, until the quotient becomes 0, or stop the process where you cannot divide the process again. So now I will divide this by 23. So divide it by 2. 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 2, the left out value or remainder is 1. Again you divide it by 2, 2 5s are 10, the remainder is 1. So again I divide it by 2, 2 2s are 4 and the left out value is 1. So again 2 can be divided by 2, so 2 1s are 2, the remainder is 0. Now I will stop this process because 1 cannot be divided by 2. Now I will stop this process here and I will write down the values from bottom to top, that is 1 0 1 1 1 and the base value is 2. Now I will consider the fractional part. That is only 0.25. Now this is your fractional part. For fractional part you need to multiply this number by 2. Now I will multiply this by 2. So you get 2 5s are 10, so 1 is carry, 2 2s are 4, 4 plus 1 is 5 and 2 into 0 is 0. So you will not get any carry here, so hence this is 0. Now consider this fractional value and note down this carry part. Now you take this as 0.50 and multiply it by 2. Now 2 into 0 is 0, 2 5s are 10, so you get carry as 1. 2 into 0 is 0 and you have 1, that is 1.00. So this is your carry part. Now we got fractional part as 0. I will stop this process here and I will note down the digits from top to bottom, that is 0 and 1. So now separately we calculated the value for integer part and fractional part. Now I will combine these two to get the value for this number. Now what is the integer value, that is 23 value is 1 0 1 1 1 and place decimal point and take the fractional value. What is the value for 0.25? That is 0 1. Combining these two integer part and fractional part, you will get the result binary equivalent value for the given decimal value, that is 23.25, and this is the binary value. So we will see next conversion. So this is your fourth questions. We are solving this 152.65. So we will solve this problem. So consider the integer part. The integer part is 152. We will divide this 152 by 2. So 2 7s are 14. We will get 1 as carry and now it will become 12. 2 6 are 12. The remainder is 0. Now again divided by 2. 2 3s are 6 and 2 8s are 16. So remainder is 0. So divide 38 by 2. So 2 1s are 2. 2 9s are 18. Remainder is 0. Again divided by 2. 2 9s are 18. The remainder is 1. So 2 4s are 8. The remainder is 1. 2 2s are 4. The remainder is 0. 2 1s are 2. The remainder is 0. Now 1 cannot be divided by 2. I will stop this process and write down the value from bottom to top, that is 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 0. This is the binary equivalent value for integer part 152. Now we will see the fractional part. Consider this fractional part. That is 0.65. So we will take this and multiply this by 2. Now 2 5s are 10. 1 carry. 2 6s are 12. 12 plus 1 is 13 and we will get carry as 1. Now note down this integer part. Consider only the fractional part, that is 0.30 into 2. 2 into 0 is 0. 2 3s are 6. So we will not get any carry. So this is the carry part. Again consider this 0.60 into 2. 2 into 0 is 0. 2 6 are 12. Will get carry as 1. So that is 1.20. Again note down this integer part. Consider only the fractional part. Multiply it by 2. 2 into 0 is 0. 2 2s are 4. So will not get any carry. So that is 0.40. So sometimes times in fractional part will not get the fractional part as 0, it will be recurring. So in this situation we need to stop the process till 3 or 4 steps. So I will stop it here because in this problem we will not get the fractional part as 0. Now note down the digits as from top to bottom, that is 1, 0, 1, 0 as and binary 1. Now I will combine this integer part and fractional part together. So that is 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, point. What is the fractional value is 1, 0, 1, 0, and this is the binary equivalent value for the given decimal fractional value, that is 152.65. Now we will see one more problem for the same conversion. So this is the 5th question. We will see one more example. Now it has both integer part and fractional part. Consider only the integer part. That is 171. Divide this 171 by 2. So 2 8s are 16. 1 carries 2 5s are. Student, don't get confused. This is similar to your LCM, but in LCM we will use different numbers for dividing. But in this number system, when we are converting from decimal to binary, we will divide it. Will take 2 as the factor, division factor, and we will divide this by 2. So don't get confusion. This is similar to LCM only, but here we will use it as divided by 2. So now I will continue this process. So 2 5s are 10. The remainder is 1. Again we need to divide it by 2. 2 4s are 8. 2 2s are 4. The left out value is 1. Again divide it by 2. 2 2s are 4. 2 1s are 2. The left out value is 0. So 2 1s are 2. This cannot be divided. So 0. The left out value is 1. 2 5s are 10. Remainder is 0. 2 2s are 4. The remainder is 1. 2 1s are 2. The remainder is 0. Stop this process because 1 cannot be divided by 2. Now note down this binary digits from bottom to top, that is 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. So this is the binary equivalent value for the integer part 171. Now we will take the fractional part, that is 0.3125. So this is the fractional part. Now we need to multiply this 3.3125 by 2. Consider 0.3125 into 2. So 2 into 5 is 10. We will get carry as 1. 2 into 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. 2 into 1 is 2. 2 3s are 6. Here we will not get any carry. So this is 0.6250. Mark it as integer part. Now take only the fractional part, 0.6250 into 2. Multiply this. 2 into 0 is 0. 2 5s are 10. You will get carry as 1. 2 2s are 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. 2 6s are 12. So I write 2 1 as carry, that is 1.2500. Now mark the integer part. Consider only the fractional part, 0.2500 into 2. Now 2 into 0 is 0. 2 into 0 is 0. 2 5s are 10. Carry us 1. 2 2s are 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So will not get any carry. So note down this integer part. Consider the fractional part again. 0.500 into 2. So 2 into 0 is 0. 2 into 0 is 0. 2 into 0 is 0. 2 5s are 10. 0. Carry 1. So stop the multiplication process here because we got the fractional part as 0 and note down the values from top to bottom, that is 0, 1, 0, 1. So this is the binary equivalent value for the given fraction. Now combine the integer part and fractional part to get the entire solution, that is 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0.0101 base 2. So this is the entire solution, the final solution for the given value, decimal value. Students, we'll just have a brief note on what we have discussed today. Today we have discussed the conversion, that is from converting the decimal number system to binary number system. In this number conversion we have solved these many problems, that is 23. Second we solved 137, 0.3125. Next we solved 0.25. Again we solved 152.65. Next we solved 171.3125. So these are the problems we discussed today. Now take down this assignment questions and solve this. The first assignment question is 97.188. Second question is 728.45. Next 697.501, 123.45. So solve these questions as an assignment, and if you have any doubt you put in your assignment. Next we'll see in the next session we'll see one more conversion, that is from decimal to octal conversion. Thank you.